Hi, my name is Shez, and you're watching Project Food Garden. Today is a Thursday. It's 6th of Jan 2022. Uh, we had a string of really hot weather for the last 1 week, and today you can see that the atmosphere is kind of gloomy and it's overcast, which is good for a change. Today it's again continuation of the reviews that we are doing for all the varieties of the tomatoes that we have in the garden this year. So today I've come across, I wanted to do this review for quite a few number of days, but I was, waiting for the blossom to convert a little bit of fruit so we could show you that as well. So I've tried looking up on YouTube. I haven't found a single video for this variety. Apparently it's one of the most rarest varieties in the US and Europe. This tomato is local to New Zealand. So today the review that we are doing is for the heirloom variety known as Charlie Scott Wartime. It's a variety which is native to New Zealand. So let's go and show you. So before we start the review, I quickly wanted to show you guys that I have done the pruning job on the whole batch today, and it's looking quite nice and neat. So let's get in with the Charlie Scott Wartime. Now, I have not seen a lot of videos. In fact, I've not been able to find one because this variety is known as Charlie Scott Wartime. It's an heirloom variety which is local to New Zealand, and it's considered quite rare in the United States and Europe. So in this season, because this is the first time I'm doing this, so I've put in 4 plants. Let me quickly show you. That's number 1. It's growing at a normal pace because the hardening of this plant was done outside because we were running out of time. We were 3 weeks behind schedule. So this is the first plant. As you can see that I'm raising it with multiple trunks, and it's producing blossom all over. We've been told that it's quite a prolific producer. You can see the fruit has started appearing. So it looks like, the way it is developing, if you look at the fruit, it looks exactly like the pear shape. It would further develop the pear shape later in the life cycle, but it's developing really nice clusters. The clusters that this plant is formulating is like between 9 to 15 or 16 tomatoes. So I think when it was said that this is a prolific producer, it is living up to its name as well. And there's loads of blossom here, and I'm trying to provide it as much support as possible. And see, it's converting the blossom into fruit as well. The bottom trunk that it has produced, it's quite healthy. The color of the leaves is quite different for this variety. I've learned this new thing this year, that every tomato plant, it differs from the other variety in one unique way, and the most common one is the shape of the leaves. So other than that, it's going really good so far. This variety is really neat. It's doing really good. You can see in the background some money makers as well. We are yet to explore that. But as far as the health of the plant is concerned, there is another peculiar thing, by the way. Up till this point, it was coming up with this trunk, and by the time it reached at this point, it stopped, and it has taken the leader trunk on this side. See, this is the leader trunk now, which is going on top. So this is quite unique from that perspective. Now, as far as the size of the fruit is concerned, like I said, it's pear-shaped. Like we have another indeterminate variety, golden pear. It's pretty much match up to the shape of that fruit, but the color of this would be on the darkened side. How does it taste? I've tried looking up on YouTube. I've not found any videos on Charlie Scott Wartime as yet. So this is something that we will have to discover with time, that what kind of taste it possesses. Because it's the closest thing that I can tell you is that on a few things that I've read over this variety is that they also call it the Roma black and variety. due to its shape. I can see that even in New Zealand, a lot of people have not planted this. I mean, even if they have, if you have planted this in your garden ever, I would love to hear from you. If you could drop down your thoughts in the comments below. So one thing that I forgot to mention before is the pruning part. Now, when you go about pruning the moneymaker or the Italian Roma, where you just, like this branch, this is what we call a lateral. You go ahead and, you chop this off when it comes to the size. But take a look. This is a lateral, and you can see the fruit cluster is being formulated right next on this branch. So if you happen to grow this, make sure that you're very, very careful when it comes to prune the laterals. Do not end up, last year I remember, this is the same thing with with the Russian black rum as well. I was cutting laterals in my mind, and I ended up chopping up a lot of fruit from the branches. So this was one thing to look out for. So finally, because of the fact that it's an indeterminate variety, the fruiting cycle starts from 80 to 85 days, and it goes till the end of the season. So I'm quite excited that it has started producing fruit. Another thing that I've noticed is that as compared with Black Prince and Aunt Ruby and Russian Black Rim, the height of this plant is not more than 2 foot after 8 weeks. But don't get thrown off by the size of the plant. It's multiplying the trunks, which I'm more than happy to support, and more than anything, it's producing, from the looks of it, really good quality fruit as well. And that's all that matters to me, because this year has not been about the quantity but the variety. So once we get further into the season, we will start doing another preview cycle on all of these varieties. But for now, I think I'm quite happy with the way these plants are doing. There's an aerial view. These 4 plants that are in focus right now, they are Charlie Scott Wartime. So quite excited with this new variety, and we'll come back to you in due time and show you how the fruit looks when it would mature. That's pretty much it. Let's get so my final thought says that if you have ever grown Charlie Scott Wartime, or if you are growing, we will be more than interested to get your input on this variety. This is, like I said in the initial part of the video, that it's kind of a rare breed in the US and in Europe. But if you are viewing this video from USA and Europe, and if you have grown this tomato, I'd be more than happy to hear from you to get your take on what your experience was and how does it taste, and it would be good to get more knowledge about it. So that's pretty much it for Charlie Scott Wartime. So this is how the Charlie Scott Wartime is looking after 8 weeks. Now, I have said it in the review, but I would like to, reiterate that if you are watching from the US or Europe, and if you have grown this variety, I would be really interested in hearing from you to get your view about this variety. As said in the review, I mean, I haven't tried this tomato before, so we would be doing a taste test for a lot of varieties. So in due time, we'll show you that as well, hopefully. And if you have any questions, any comments, drop them down in the comments. And I hope you are liking the series of reviews that we are doing for you guys after 8 weeks. So we'll come back to you tomorrow with yet another variety that we are doing for you guys. Stay safe out there in the pandemic. Have a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, and night. We'll see you soon again on Project Food Garden. Goodbye.